Pastores Dabo vobis, juxta comeum.
Welcome everyone to St. Peter's Seminary. My name is Father Patrick Beneteau, the Vocations Director here for the Diocese of London. We are here interviewing some of our seminarians and them sharing a bit of their vocation journey with all of us. And here today I have Rob Renaud from St. Joseph's Parish in Chatham in his first year of theology. And so Rob, could you share a bit about how you felt the calling to the priesthood, how you discovered God calling you to discern further this vocation here at St. Peter's?
You know, in what is common to seminarians, actually, I was an altar server when I was a kid, so started when I was about 10 years old or even younger than that. I was always involved in my church in a lot of service things like youth groups and so on, especially for like the grade school kids when I was in high school. So something I kind of realized in high school was that I was called to service. Called to service in the church in some form or another. And as I continued in that discernment, I realized I was called to service in the world as a social worker. So that's what I started with. I started with a career in social work. And I did really well in social work. I had a house, I had a car, I had the life. Mm-hmm. It was good. Like, I was happy, things were good. However, you reach a certain point where you start to reflect on life a bit. That happened for me anyways, and you know, what am I truly called to? Because people were coming to me and asking about God. Okay. It's like they were dealing with some difficult situations in their life, and they're trying to figure out where God was in all of it. You know, does God exist? You know, why is this happening to me? You know, why would a loving God do this? Like, those questions kind of brought me to look deeper into my own faith and reflect on it. And as I was reflecting on that, I realized, you know, maybe I'm called to help people in this sense, you know, with their spiritual lives. The Knights of Columbus in Chatham were a great help, and they were the ones who actually came to me and said, "Rob, you need to enter seminary." Every time I saw them, they're trying to guide me that way, push me that way, because they saw something in me. Great. And I wasn't sure, you know, I was always kind of backing off from that. You know, I have so many things on my, like, that I was loaded with. I had bills to pay. I had all these things. I had girlfriends. I wanted to know, like, am I called to marriage or the priesthood? You know, one or the other. However, what really helped me was talking to my Vocations Director at the time, you know, who guided me to make a decision to check seminary out. Mm-hmm. Because what happens here at seminary, and especially coming on to the Come and See weekend that we have here at St. Peter's Seminary, you gain the tools to pray more about it, to think about it more deeply, about your vocation. So,
well, that's great. So often those invitations just give us the extra courage and boost we need to take that next step and to enter the seminary. Mm-hmm. Whether you mentioned the Knights of Columbus or Vocations Director or a good friend or pastor, oftentimes are the ones who give us that little grace there that we need along the way. Would you have any advice for any of the discerners who are discerning their vocation right now in our diocese? Any kind of spiritual practices or advice that you would like to offer for their journey as well?
I would say to check it out. You know, come to the seminary. Come to a weekend here and see what seminary life is like. Because entering the seminary, I had thoughts about what the life would be like. I almost thought that I would come in here and I would be like a monk, just hidden in a cell all day praying and studying. However, it's different from that. There really is like a human, it's very human here. We have guys here who are just ordinary men who, you know, like playing sports and like joking around, you know, and watching movies, playing video games even, you know.
Good balanced life
awesome.
there.
And it's a good balanced life, and people here are very supportive and friendly, and you're set up with a spiritual director too who will help guide you during your journey. So the journey doesn't just stop when you get here. You have a lot of time to reflect and to pray.
That's right. The discernment does continue here in the seminary as well. Well, thanks so much, Rob, for being with us today, and our prayers are with you on your journey of discernment.
Cool.
Pastores